Good evening, Deerfield Beach. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for the standing up. You must have been trying to just adjust your mats there a little bit. You know, I have to take full blame for what happened last week in this rescheduling. I got a little bit cocky. I got a call from our team that said we're about 24 hours away from the event. The rain is all day today and expected to be all day tomorrow. And I said, well, we live in Deerfield Beach. We have the Deerfield Beach bubble. We're going to be fine. And then I said, who's going to make the call on this? They said, well, that's why we're calling you. And I punted the ball. I said, I'll let somebody else make that decision. But, you know, we have contacts at the news station. Why don't you call the weatherman? Well, we did. And we see how well that worked out. So we know tonight's going to be a lot better. The weather's a lot better. And I want to thank you all for being here tonight with us. I know exactly how this is going to end, which is a lot better than what it ended last Wednesday. So thank you so much for being here. The location of this event for our 5th annual State of the City is absolutely stunning. Look at this. This is our 5th annual State of the Event, and you know, for me, it's extremely special because of where it is tonight. When JM family insisted on hosting this here tonight, we were extremely grateful for that offer and the chance to see their brand new campus. Honestly, I had no idea it would be like this. This is absolutely gorgeous, and the feedback we've gotten here tonight, JM family, thank you so much for being such an incredible partner for us here in the community and having this here. Is this not beautiful or what? JM, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Brent Burns, you opened up your home to us. Thank you so much. This has been a very special evening so far, and I want to thank the Deerfield Beach Council of the Greater Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce for everything they've done. Denise, Audra, Dan, we know you can't be here, but thank you so much for sponsoring the State of the City, and so glad to be a part of it. Really, really appreciate it. You know, this event gets better and better every year, but I don't see how we're going to top it. This location just blows it away. I do want to recognize my colleagues and your Deerfield Beach City Commissioners who were just up here a minute ago. When they first stood up, I thought right away what many of you probably thought was, this is the worst boy band I've ever seen in my life. But our Vice Mayor Commissioner Hudak, who does a phenomenal job safeguarding everything in District 1 and beyond, he's done a phenomenal job as our Vice Mayor. District 2 Commissioner Ben Preston has been such a champion for his district and has brought forward this city some fantastic ideas and really made some great changes to some historically things that needed to be changed. So Ben, I want to thank you so much for your leadership. Commissioner Todd Drosky. Now, when he said Walt Disney helped with that movie, I will say that they might not have helped you with it. It was definitely starring Goofy, I will tell you that. I don't know if many of you know this or not, but I used to live down the street from Commissioner Drosky for about 18 years. And I have never seen him sweat or get dirty ever. So that was amazing, the special effects in that video. I want to thank all of you as a collective group, my comrades, my colleagues. Commissioner Parnas cannot be here tonight, but thank you so much for your leadership and your friendship here in the city of Deerfield Beach and all that you do. Thank you, gentlemen. So I'd like to talk to all of you about our new COVID protocols and our mandatory mask mandates we have for the city of Deerfield Beach. I'm just kidding. Look, COVID is not something to joke about. We know that it's had an incredible impact on the world, and it has been devastating for many of us. It has touched everybody. But as we turn this corner, and I think more than all of us are happy to get past this, to be able to look at that in the rearview mirror and focus on our future. Now, if we're going to talk about our future and where we are today and where we're going, we're going to have to recognize that the pandemic has left a mark on all of us. You know, the city, much like many of you, faces challenges associated with either the supply chain, inflation, shifts in our employment market, the mental well-being of our employees, our friends, and our families. Now, I believe these challenges will linger for some time for all of us. but we have proven to be a very resilient city. And coming out of this pandemic, we continue to move full speed ahead and to ensure that our community and our businesses are positioned to thrive for many, many years to come. The burning question, though, is how? How are we positioned to succeed and thrive? Well, the simple answer is it's by investing in ourselves, investing in the city, in our infrastructure, in our businesses, in this community. And it's not just with money. More importantly, it's done with time and effort. And all of this investment in money, time, and effort needs to be done with a focus on compassion. I think if we do that, we'll be all right. Now, I know talking about infrastructure is not a way to keep all of you glued in your seats. It's not the sexiest thing to talk about. And I will tell you right now at first glance, I'm pretty sure the stuff we're going to show you, though, you might change your mind on that a little bit. Because I'll tell you what's not sexy. What's not sexy is seeing things like wastewater spill into your waterways or onto your roadways. That's about as far away from sexy as you can get. So for this city, or any city really, for that matter, to remain relevant and resilient, you have to maintain, you have to improve the infrastructure that supports the community. That is our backbone. If Hurricane Ian has taught us one thing, that it's not a matter of when Deerfield Beach will be in the eye of the storm. Well, actually, it is a matter of when and not if we will be in the storm. One day we will be in the eye of the storm. So we're going to have to keep up with the environmental changes that we're seeing and that we're experiencing, because we're seeing flooding in areas that decades ago we didn't see flood. We have portions of our beach, large portions of our beach, that are now critically eroded. And some of our facilities, they were designed and built in a time when our population is half the size of what it is, and the building codes were far, far less stringent. Nothing like what we see here tonight. It's one of the most aggressive budgets that I've seen with the city. Is we have put forward $47 million into our capital improvement budget for this year for the city of Deerfield Beach. That's the largest I've ever seen. $47 million is an extremely aggressive approach, and this investment is proactive rather than reactive. Most of it is. So it's important to note that the city did an outstanding job this year also with that of leveraging outside grant funding, $17.6 million worth. That makes your local tax dollars go a heck of a lot further. This year we budgeted $9.8 million in upgrades for our citywide water and wastewater improvements. And our stormwater improvements are totaling $7.8 million. The 5-year capital plan for both the utility fund and the stormwater fund, that's close to $49 million. That's going to go a long, long way for all of us. It's going to help us increase our resiliency in developing the infrastructure and the support that we need for economic development, particularly in our redevelopment areas like Pioneer Grove. Now, to make our roads safer and our bridges safer and reliable for the future, we're upgrading some bridges in the Cove neighborhood. We're improving Southwest 11th Way between Southeast 10th Street and Green Road with $7 million in improvements, another $5 million in our upcoming Pioneer Grove area. Now, these projects are going to help us activate the FAU Development Park and the downtown Florida East Coast Railroad, which we're going to have improved drainage, wider sidewalks, decorative crosswalks, and public gathering places throughout that area. These are the types of investments that we believe are crucial to sustainability and the progress of this city. It's a worthwhile investment for us. And as we consider one of the most important things for any community, public safety, we're in the process of creating a citywide public safety master plan. Now, this plan is necessary for us to assess our current facilities and our operations, project what our future needs for our community are going to be, and provide recommendations for the right size and location for public safety facilities, because that's very key. Where you put them across the community is important, because bringing them up to current standards, increasing their resiliency, that's going to improve our response times and keep people safe in the city of Deerfield Beach. Public safety, like I said, is one of the most important services that local government can provide. In tending to those needs, we cannot wait on that. It cannot be ignored. It needs to move forward. So along those lines, we did open a new fire station in July. And that fire station was formerly located in Pompano Beach. We stole it from them. They weren't looking. It was perfect for us to do that. No, but bringing this fire station in the city of Deerfield Beach helps us address our growing population, which we are growing, and our response time in our community, which is essential. Fire Station 51 is located in the new Valerios community in the Crystal Lake area, which was funded and built by the developer Lennar Homes. Now, that's a 100-acre elegant resort-style community over there. It's got 415 single-family homes and townhomes that are there. When they came into the market in 2018, they were in the low 400s. Here we are 4 short years later, and they're now in the market for the upper 600s. That's an incredible success story for the city of Deerfield Beach. We're going to see further improvements to our beach area, and over the next 2 years, we're going to be replacing our lifeguard towers that are around 25 years old, and in some cases, many of those towers are older than the men and women who actually occupy them. Shame on us. These newly designed towers are going to complement the beach area with a more modern look, I guess you could say, but most importantly, it's going to provide a safe structure for our lifeguards who keep watch over our residents and our visitors year-round. I know Chief Brown is here with his cowboy hat. Don't let him fool you. He's a beach guy. He's a beach cowboy tonight, apparently. Now, many of you might not know this. Chief? Many of you might not know this, while we joke around and tease, the brave men and women who actually occupy those lifeguard stands, they're out on those towers until we reach tropical force winds. They really, really provide a great protection for our residents. Just like they ensure your safety, we want to ensure their safety. We're also investing in lighting improvements along our boardwalk with our turtle-friendly pedestrian lighting and new lighting in the main beach parking lot. Many of you over the years have talked about how dark it is over on the beach and the bollards that we have. While they look nice, it's very difficult at night at times. The new bollards are going to be turtle compliant, but they are going to be brighter and safer for people over on our beach areas. That's a big project for us. Now, we have several projects here under construction in the city of Deerfield Beach. The city made a major investment in our middle school aquatic center, and we partnered with the Broward County School Board on that, so we look forward to having that come forward. The pool is the home to our dolphin swim team that many of you know, and it's a major training destination for several of the northern universities when we're in the winter months. So it's a prime location for us. We look forward to that coming forward. Johnny L. Tigner Center, that project will be coming soon, and it consists of the demolition of our existing location right now, and that's going to be replaced. The one-story facility that's there now is going to be replaced with a two-story facility that's 14,000 square feet. Now, that's tremendous for that area. This project was initially expected to be much smaller. That's what our plans were. But we had public meetings, and based on the feedback that we got from the residents during those public meetings, we decided to increase the size. And the reason why is simple. In Deerfield Beach, we listen to the residents. We don't have plans set in our head. We listen to all of you. Our business community, our residents, your voices are important. The goal is to locate that new community center in the same vicinity of the demolished building. It'll be in the same area, adjacent to our gymnasium, and it's going to expand our events and our program offerings for the community. This is a big win for the city of Deerfield Beach. Our project is scheduled for completion in November 2023, and the way government works, we're hoping that stays that way November 2023. The Center for Active Aging was recently renamed the Braithwaite Center for Active Aging after the first school ever established on that property, an African-American school. I want to thank Ben Preston for giving us the opportunity to honor the legacy of the Braithwaite Center. The new Braithwaite Center it's coming close to completion. It's a new facility, includes a single-story Alzheimer's daycare center and a senior services center, which is very important for our community. It handles both the young and the old. Now, it's going to create a modern, warm, inviting place for the senior population, and really not just for the city of Deerfield Beach and the community, but all of northeastern Broward. We're very, very proud of that. And additionally, this site will include a separate child care facility for preschool-age children that will be operated by the Bezos Academy, and we're going to talk about that partnership here a little bit later. The center is scheduled for completion in the summer of 2023, and the preschool will open in the summer of 2024. Look, there are a lot of projects going on in the city of Deerfield Beach. I could spend all night talking about that and keep you away from the food and the beverages that I know that you're all waiting to get back to. So I'm just going to head and shift away from infrastructure a little bit and talk about investing in our businesses. And to keep our local economy on its current growth and its current trajectory that we have, we want to continue to up our economic development game. We've always done that. It's been a tremendous investment for the city of Deerfield Beach. We're working with our friends at the Deerfield Beach Economic Development Council to market the city of Deerfield Beach, network for potential new investors, and to create relationships throughout South Florida so that the city is in the running when a business is considering relocating to South Florida. I want to thank Bob Birdsong and the members of the EDC for their important work in our business community. Members of the EDC, raise your hand. Thank you so much. Many programs that began as a COVID mitigation response have now evolved into a highly effective small business and entrepreneurship development strategy. Reaching out to businesses during the pandemic to tell them what is going on helped us create lines of communications that didn't previously exist. The fact that we were able to take a negative like COVID and bring it back to a positive is something that's very, very good. We have organizations that we work with, like Ready to Work, the Foundation for Business Success, and many others. These city partners with prestigious organizations to help develop and provide job-specific training for residents and their employees of companies that are located right here in the city of Deerfield Beach. Some of the partnerships include CareerSource Broward, Florida Atlantic University Small Business Development Center, Florida International University, Broward College's UP program. I'm going to talk a little bit about Broward College, as I was a proud attendee of Broward College before I went off to Florida State. Go Noles, Drosky. I will say this about Broward UP. It's a great example of investing in local business growth in our residents with this new partnership with Broward College. UP means unlimited potential. The Broward UP program received $30 million in funding from American novelist and philanthropist Mackenzie Scott. Through this program, the city of Deerfield Beach residents will have easier access to higher education and upward economic mobility by expanding awareness of college opportunities in our neighborhoods with the highest unemployment and the lowest educational attainment. We're going to the areas that need it the most. And the best part about this is they don't have to go to a Broward College campus. The certification training programs are delivered in neighborhoods right where the residents live, taking it right to the people. What's even more incredible about this program is offered free of charge to Deerfield Beach residents and employees of Deerfield Beach businesses to provide them with a career and not just a job. That is tremendous. Since this is the business community, you talk about your ROI. The return on investment of $1 spent through this program results in $13 back to the community. That is a great return on our investment. Thank you, Broward College. So look, as you see, we're looking to private sector, and the private sector is looking to us so we can build some meaningful partnerships here in the city of Deerfield Beach. Earlier, I mentioned the Bezos Academy. That is who you think it is, the Bezos Academy. I also mentioned Mackenzie Scott, and I promise those are completely coincidental. We recently announced a highly coveted partnership with the Bezos Academy to bring a cutting-edge Montessori-style preschool to the Braithwaite Center for Active Aging. So to give you an idea of what that means, this partnership is going to bring high-quality, tuition-free preschool education to our children in our community that need it the most. There's no cost to the families, and there's no cost to the city of Deerfield Beach. Now, before the fact checkers go wild, we talk about there's no cost to the city of Deerfield Beach. I will say this. What that meant for us is we had to expand the size of our preschool at an additional cost of $1.8 million. But you know what? For me and all of us up there, this was a very easy decision. Because when you add up the operational savings to the city of what we would incur if we were to put on that same type of programming with that many students, the savings to the families for high quality, tuition-free education, and the intrinsic value of giving children a head start in their educational career, For me and for all of us, it's a worthwhile investment, and it pays for itself in less than 10 years. Meaningful partnerships. Meaningful partnerships and a meaningful investment in our city. Now, believe it or not, our CRA, our city's community redevelopment agency, is starting to wind down. We're looking at a sunset of that in 2029. That's right around the corner. But we are revamping and building up areas and having redevelopment strategies for areas beyond the beach, like Pioneer Grove in the Central City area. Now this year we brought on a full-time redevelopment coordinator to focus on redevelopment efforts, implement our recommendations from the Urban Land Institute. Has been a great relationship that we have with them. This is for the area of Dixie Highway and to plan for a commuter rail station as well. A lot of big changes coming to that area and positive changes. In the years to come, the city's gonna be taking a lot of bold steps to advance the development and the needs of this community, all of Deerfield Beach. We're in the process of receiving proposals for the development. What we hope, we're hopeful, that it's going to be a new major tenant at our city-owned 4-acre parcel right off of I-95 and Southwest 10th Street, formerly the FAU Research Park property that's there. This highly visible property, one of the best locations in all of Broward County, has laid dormant for many decades. And this is an opportunity now that it's back in the city's hands for us to aggressively pursue some redevelopment there. We're exploring the use of public-private partnerships to help us achieve that goal, which is very important because like other cities that are using the P3 model to leverage private sector financing and expertise to maximize any of these projects we have moving forward, we are exploring this model for downtown redevelopment in our government area, Marty Propelski Park, those areas, location for our commuter rail station, other opportunities that we have in the city of Deerfield Beach. Good stuff. Now this is the most important area of investment. It's our last area of investment that I want to talk about, but it's about people. To me, that's where it all starts, is right here in the city, because the city of Deerfield Beach, it was alluded to by my colleagues, but our employees are our greatest asset. It is absolutely true. It may sound like a cliche, and I'm preaching to the choir being here at JM Family Organization because I know that Brent and Colin, we know the value that you place on your associates. We have that same feeling in the city of Deerfield Beach. It's what makes you one of the top 100 best companies to work for in a Fortune 500 company. Coming out of the pandemic, we all worked very hard to kind of ensure we remain competitive in the marketplace, which is not an easy thing to do. Unfortunately, we can't have our entire workforce exclusively working from home or remotely like they like to do. Well, all of us would like to do. But the truth of the matter is it's pretty hard to operate a water plant when you're doing it from home. Thank God. But we did institute a telecommuting policy to help be more flexible with our employees who can perform, the ones who can perform their jobs at home. We've given them that opportunity. Now we've also implemented a tuition reimbursement program and set aside more funding for training so we can cultivate our existing staff and prepare them for future opportunities within our organization so they can stay with us. Obviously, you have to evaluate other aspects to keep people with you. We're currently evaluating our pay and compensation plan. Now this study is going to be a complete package of competitive compensation and benefits that we provide to our employees in every single position throughout the organization. We want to know how we stack up to the competition, which is going to allow us to improve recruitment and retention of our greatest assets, our city employees. This isn't fluff. This isn't, a political speech to say this. I'm not trying to make sure that my water's running tomorrow when I get home. But I will genuinely say I am extraordinarily proud of the way our employees care about this community and the ways that they give back and connect with all of the benevolent organizations that we have relationships in our city. That partnership that we have, our employees give selflessly to help our residents and our businesses, and I am very, very grateful of that. All of our employees, thank you for all that you do. To JM family, I know there are countless examples of how you guys give back to the community without anyone knowing what you did. You don't put your name on it because it's not about the recognition. You do it because it's right. We recently had an employee that lost their home to a fire. And without anyone asking, JM family stepped in alongside our employees and both our fire and police unions to assist this employee. That's who they are. This year's Harold Morrison backpack giveaway, and if you didn't know Harold Morrison, you missed a great man. But Harold Morrison was a Broward Sheriff's Office deputy. Harold, we renamed our Deerfield Beach backpack giveaway after Harold because he's the one that started it. And if you have been there before, I can tell you, this year was one of our most successful ones yet. And it was a pleasure for me to walk around and see these kids filling up their backpacks with the school supplies and see how touched they were and how many organizations were out there to help them in the community. JM Family, Kiwanis Club, the Rotary Club, the Women's Club, Deerfield Beach Community Cares, the Wyndham, so many others came out to do that. That just tells you what this community is about. I mentioned Community Cares. Some of you might not know what Community Cares is. Community Cares in Joel Smith is a shining example of a grassroots approach to helping us address the serious issue of mental health here in the city of Deerfield Beach. We partnered with them. Tremendous organization, and it was truly grassroots effort. We partnered with them to support the many programs that they have in which they offer programs that are directly geared to the residents of Deerfield Beach. Now, there is that old saying, and that was touched on a little bit earlier by Denise, and we didn't plan that, but it does take a village to raise a family. That's the same thing that can be said about the city of Deerfield Beach. It takes all of us, every single one of us, investing in each other to ensure our prosperity here in the city. I am proud to tell you that this year, the city of Deerfield Beach has contributed $380,000 to various Deerfield Beach-centric nonprofit organizations through our community participation programs, including $200,000 in support of the Jim and Jan Moran Deerfield Beach Boys and Girls Club. I am extremely proud of that. The recent expansion of the Boys and Girls Club here in the city of Deerfield Beach and the construction of the new teen center, this is a tremendous addition to the city, and I encourage all of you to find out about the Boys and Girls Club and to get involved. Because I was there at the grand opening and I was completely impressed with the quality of programming they provide to our children. And the programming and the skills and everything they give back to the kids there goes back home with them as well. They're not just teaching those that walk in those doors, they're teaching their families at home. Did you know that 97% of the club teens expect to graduate from high school? 97%. 76% of the low-income club members, ages 12 to 18, who attend the club regularly are reporting receiving mostly A's and B's on their report cards. You want to put that in perspective, that's compared to 67% of their peers nationally. They're making a huge difference. 52% of the 12th grade club members that are there expressed an interest in a STEM career. That's compared to 27% of the 12th graders nationally. Boys and Girls Club, you are changing lives. Thank you so much for what you do. I do get chills talking about that organization. It's really, really a life-changing organization, and I am proud to have been a small part of it. Friends, we are investing in our infrastructure that's needed to increase our resilience, our resiliency, our support for all the operations for the future generations. That's what it's all about. We're investing in our businesses, we're investing in our staff, we're investing in our residents of this great community. We are developing meaningful partnerships with organizations that contribute to and invest in the great city of Deerfield Beach. And we've achieved some significant success in the past year. And we certainly are going to continue down this path in the direction, the trajectory in which we're going. because it is with great pride and great humility that I confirm to all of you that the state of our city is strong, very strong, vibrant, and we are charging towards the future for Deerfield Beach. Look, I'm just the lucky guy that gets to stand up here and talk to you all. Those are the real leaders and heroes here in the city of Deerfield Beach. And it takes blood, sweat, and tears and so much investment to make this city not only flourish and function, but to thrive. As you saw for yourself, and we're not just talking about dollars. It's not about that. We all have an investment that we can make in this community. In that spirit tonight, that's what we're doing, a little something different that we've done in the past years, because we need to acknowledge the people who are doing these types of things in our community, the organizations that are coming forward, the businesses that are coming forward. So this year we've established the Deerfield Beach JM Family Changemaker Award. So every year moving forward at the State of the City event, we will recognize a local business, nonprofit, or individual who by investing in this community have created a positive change and a positive impact for the Deerfield Beach community for years to come. So you heard me talk and mention, and we've thanked them, but all the countless ways that JM Family gives back to the city of Deerfield Beach, we are truly blessed to have them here. They give, and they give a little more, and then they give again. Their generosity, as the video showed, has touched every corner of this city. So tonight, it gives me such great joy and satisfaction to present the inaugural award for our city's family and friend, JM Family Enterprises. Thank you for your commitment and dedication investing in the lives of the city of Deerfield Beach. Brent, would you please join me on stage as we give you this award? Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Would you like this?
Well, thank you, Mayor. On behalf of our 5,000 plus associates, I just want to thank you for this recognition. We're truly honored to be recognized as a change maker. You know, Deerfield Beach has been our home since 1981, and you can see in our logo that we've got an oak tree as the logo. You see the oak trees on either end of this park. We have deep, deep roots in Deerfield Beach. And the pandemic changed so much, and working from anywhere and working from home, and we went a little against the grain, because in the midst of that pandemic, we were fully committed to Deerfield Beach and to the $200 million investment that we made in this campus that you see here today. And it took, thank you. Rick Jordan and so many of our associates that really brought this to light. I can't thank you guys enough. And the reason that we did it, that we dug those roots even deeper, is because we wanted to create this incredibly cool workspace where, even though you could work from home, we wanted our most important asset, our associates, to want to come together in Deerfield Beach, where they could collaborate together, where they could innovate, where they could achieve the highest potential that they had. And that truly is what we were all about here with this campus. You can see that this campus is designed also to leverage the great weather, the great real estate that Deerfield Beach affords us. You would have thought that late October would have been a pretty safe bet weather-wise, but we called an audible and we deferred. But this is designed so our associates can work and enjoy the weather outside, but it's also designed for events just like this, where we can give back to the community and we can share this campus that we've got out there. Our founder, Jim Moran, believed in giving back to the communities that we live and work in. And you saw so many examples in that video of how people give back to this community. And we are passionate about not just giving our treasure, but giving our time and our talent. Our associates are so connected to this community, whether it's Dunn's Run, whether it's Boys and Girls Club, whether it's the Youth Automotive Training Center, whether it's those school backpack programs, mentoring programs, you name it. We are investing in Deerfield Beach and the community that we live and work in, and we continue to drill those roots even deeper here in Deerfield Beach. I also want to call out each of our great associates that made this happen, the folks in the nest that prepared this phenomenal food for us this evening, and everybody behind the scenes. It's a real honor for us to host you and to really use this campus in a way that it was purposefully designed for. So thank you very much, and we're honored to be recognized as the Changemaker.
Once again, thank you, JM family. Look, when you walk around tonight, if you see an associate of JM's, if you see a city staff member, thank them for all the hard work in putting this evening together. It truly has been special. So for all of you, that might seem like a very small thing to do, but I'm going to ask you to go a little bit bigger here, because it's your turn to join in on this partnership. What does this community investment look like for each one of you? What do you care about? How will you become next year's Changemaker Award winner?